Good morning, everyone. This is Facebook sort of live-ish, number 67.
Or YouTube-ish.
Or YouTube-ish. Light at the end of the tunnel. And we welcome you. Grab your cup of coffee. Maybe this morning, put a splash of bourbon in that coffee for today. And Corky has a beautiful prayer, a beautiful prayer.
If we never learn to give, we'll be facing emptiness. If we never learn to live, there won't be much to miss. If we never learn to die, all the sooner death will come. If we don't learn to love, the sky will fall. You know it's so hard to treat everybody just the same when we all are so different, playing different games. But you know, I don't really think that it matters so much at all. 'Cause if we don't learn to love, the sky will fall. Showing a face that's one of impassion, falling from the space of love. Never offering a trace of heartfelt compassion, falling from the grace of love. So we'll save all our money for the rainy day. 'Cause you know it's coming soon. Soon we'll have to pay. But that ain't the kind of saving that's gonna save us at all. We better learn to love, or the sky will fall. We better learn to love, or the sky will fall. Good morning, everyone. So that was a prayer. I understand the whole world is praying for us, for the lovers of humanity, the lovers of compassion, the lovers of kindness, the lovers of nature, the lovers of the universe, the lovers of God, the lovers of Jesus, the lovers of Allah, the lovers of Buddha, the lovers who are atheists, the lovers. It's about the lovers. We are at a moment that divides the world clearly in political terms between the lovers and the haters. The turbulence is unbearable. The turbulence has always been there. It's always been between the lovers and haters. Maybe there's some gray area. But you heard the turbulence. The turbulence is there. Right now, the turbulence is acute and visible. And we must stay in the lover's abode, the lover's sanctuary, and watch the turbulence from a safe place, from a safe distance. And from there, we could fight for love. From there, we could make the right decisions for ourselves. It's important that we are happy. No matter what the turbulence is, we need to find our own happiness. That's what's going to change the world. Whatever happens in this election, we have a fight on our hands to bring love into the world. That's my prayer. So, what else can we say? We want to talk about Ethel, okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to talk about Ethel?
I have not brushed my hair or washed my face.
That's okay, people will understand.
Please understand. So, this is Ethel Folk.
Yeah, by the way, the live stream thing, we're going to fix it. I've been talking to Apple. They know what to do. They're going to help. I have a call with them as soon as we're done with this, and they're going to help get me online. It's something wrong with our phone, guys. I don't think it was Facebook or YouTube or anything, but our phone. We're going to get our phone fixed, like pretty quickly. Anyway, this is Ethel Polk. Ethel Polk comes to all the Chicago concerts. She's a folk legend.
She's been to every single one of Corky's concerts. And she's currently going under maybe her third time with fighting cancer. She's beat it every time.
She's 103, by the way.
103. She got her hip replaced at 102. And she has voted 22 presidential elections. So Ethel Polk is 103, going on 104. I'll just tell you a little bit about Ethel.
Okay.
Ethel Polk was born in Brooklyn in 1917, 1 year before the Spanish flu outbreak. It was a world pandemic like this one, and 1 year before the end of World War I. So she has seen 2 world wars, 2 international pandemics. Ethel is pretty much, in her 103 years, she has seen it all. And when she was a young girl of 20, she was Walter Reuther's Girl Friday and became well acquainted with Eleanor and President Roosevelt. President Roosevelt consulted Walter Reuther frequently. He was a champion of social justice and human rights and women's rights and a leader of organized labor. And he was one of the precursors, founders of the Peace Corps and so many things. And in fact, President Kennedy wanted Walter Reuther to be his vice president. Everyone loved him, and Ethel was his Girl Friday. He relied on her so much for everything. And so President Roosevelt would call Walter often, and who would pick up the phone but Ethel. So she's very witty, very smart, and she became great friends with President Roosevelt and Eleanor Roosevelt. And so her first presidential ballot was cast for Franklin Roosevelt. That was the first president that she voted for. So this was shortly after women even got the right to vote. So this coming election will be the 22nd election that Ethel has voted in. And let me tell you a little bit about her. I talked to her just the other day, and we talked about voting and not thinking that, she's 103, what is she going to do? And she said, I'm going to walk to the polls. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, let me say.
Oh, Cookie wants to interject.
Last year, not so many months ago, Ethel fell and broke her hip. Didn't know it, went to the concert.
Yes.
Had dinner, went and had drinks afterwards. They took her home. She couldn't get out of the car. They took her to the hospital. She had a hip replacement. And a few days later, she was back home walking around.
So,
At 103. So she's going to walk to the polls.
She said, well, I'm walking to the polls. And I said, really? And she said, yes. I mean, it's the same polling place. I've always voted. I'm looking forward to seeing all of my friends and the judges and everyone at the polling place. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Yes, of course I am walking there. So let me tell you, if Ethel at 103 and a half is walking to the polls, I think that we can all use her as inspiration to please vote today. I'll just say a few more words about her. She, as a bright, witty young girl, Ethel was also pen pals with none other than George Bernard Shaw. And they exchanged some really extraordinary, Ethel should be in the Smithsonian, that's all I have to say. Some really wonderful exchanges between she and George Bernard Shaw, who was also an activist, by the way. She later moved to Chicago and she caught the eye of her longtime partner, Ray Nordstrand, who you may all know. He was the founder of WFMT Radio and Chicago Magazine. And to this day, she never misses the chance to be on each and every membership drive for WFMT. And she's there answering the phone. So if you've ever pledged in one of their drives, I'm sure you've spoken to Ethel Polk. And she's a great supporter of the arts. She has never missed a concert of Corky's, I don't think ever. And she is a great fan of WFMT's folk stage and never misses the opportunity to go to the folk stage, which has a live audience, and she goes to the concerts of her many favorite folk and Chicago and touring artists who come into Chicago. Yeah. She never misses a concert, and I think all of our artist friends out there can attest to having Ethel smiling and clapping in the audience. There she is. Ethel Polk.
Ethel Polk.
So
with that, let's sit in our story chair. Can we do a selfie with a video?
I do not know. So we'll just turn it around.
Just do it this way. Okay, we'll improvise.
Improvise. So be sure to vote today. It's a gorgeous day.
And we're going to get the
beautiful sunny day in Chicago. It couldn't be a more crystal clear, beautiful day. And Corky, maybe you want to tell them you were saying about 2016?
Yes. Right after the election, the day after the election of 2016, I was sitting around with all my friends from Common Cause, the nonpartisan group, and they were a little concerned about the election, of course. And out of my mouth came these words from God's lips to mine, or whatever, how they say it. 2016 is hindsight. 2018 is foresight. And 2020 is perfect vision. And the perfect vision that we have is that no matter what happens, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter how much turbulence there is in the world, no matter anything, we must maintain wisdom and clarity and love. That's our job. No matter what happens, we must bring more love into the world, and more love, and more love. And if you want to get into some tangible efforts, you can go to protectthevote.net. Protectthevote.net, and there are things you can do today in this election to help actually protect the vote. And after the election is over, you could go to commoncause.org. There's plenty of things we can do to protect future votes, to protect our rights, protect love. And since this is voting day, we will make this short. You can stay in touch with me and find out what we're doing with our streams and our Zooms by going to corkymusic.com/stream. I'm just putting all the essential information there, corkymusic.com/stream. So go do that, and we're going to do a Zoom today at noon also. But also you can go to...
The link for the Zoom will be up at corkymusic.com/stream.
It's actually up there right now. And you could also go to Chamber Music on the Fox.
.org.
And get to see my mega...
Fantastic. It's fantastic. In fact, Howard Levy was online watching it, and Howard said, he called Corky right away and said, "Corky, this is magnificent." So from Howard, I take that as
from
one
Howard's
of the
lips,
highest, highest compliments.
From Howard's lips to mine.
Please go to Chamber Music on the Fox.org. You can pay as little as $1 or donate as much as you want as a supporter of the arts.
Yeah, but it's really, if I may say so myself, but it's not just, it's not me saying so myself, because it was a doing these individuals recording from home and videoing from home and sending them and there's something very special about that, my friends. You can't replicate at a live performance. This is like an experience that is in some ways, in a lot of ways, actually better than live.
But it also, we've injected, because we met Ernie Watts in India, I put in gorgeous footage of India from the tour where we met Ernie, and we met Frank Oral from Poor Dog Pondering in Hawaii. So there's gorgeous footage of Hawaii. So it's also very beautiful and uplifting.
And we have a little Jewy Day kind of performance. Beautiful,
as Louis Black would say.
As Louis Black would say, from Cantor Pavel Reutman. Just so beautiful.
It's about bringing. It's perfect for the day because
unity.
The sentiment is about unity, when brothers love and support brothers,
right,
and come together.
It's a Jewish.
God smiles.
It's a Jewish chant where it's repeated over and over, and then Marcella Detroit, of course, has one of her tunes. And who are we leaving out?
Well, you'll go.
You'll see it.
You'll watch it. And
Toronzo Cannon.
Toronzo
Unbelievable.
is unbelievable.
Okay, just go there. And the money is not going to me or the group. Everyone's been paid. We've all been paid for this. Now the contributions are going to chamber music on the Fox. Well deserved. They did a brilliant job. You will see.
And what Corky is working on presently is a hilarious, funny, which we needed, stream. It's going to be with Randy Sabine, so his old friend Randy.
We'll look forward to that in a couple of weeks.
So keep your eye on Corky's site, and he will have announcement about that.
So we're turning stuff out, and also if you want to contribute to my two major projects that are in the works, you can go to corkymusic.com. But if you go to corkymusic.com/stream, that's our center communication center. So we should sign off.
Can you play us out with a harmonica prayer, which that brings to mind the last time we saw Paul Butterfield. Corky and Paul were on a television show together. I think it was for Soundstage, in fact. And Paul said, I'm not feeling well. He died 2 weeks after. I'm going to not play something, rock and roll, a raucous. I'm going to play a harmonica prayer. So Corky is going to play a harmonica prayer as we sign off. And all the best to everyone. Love.
Love.